Everything I had, I lost, all my possessions stuff, I lost all of that.
Robert Roberson is facing imminent death, scheduled for execution this week in a Texas prison. Appeals exhausted in a case based on shaken baby syndrome that some believe should have never been brought to trial at all.
I want people to know that I'll be there for them, and I'll do all I can do to be the best me.
Living on death row has been Roberson's life for over 2 decades. Convicted of killing his 2-year-old daughter, Nikki Curtis, after he says he found her unconscious with blue lips one morning in 2002.
I mean, this is a parent, a father, very concerned about what's going on with his daughter.
As the Innocence Project steps in to fight overturning the execution, attorney Vanessa Plotkin says that at the time the child died, Roberson had rushed Nikki to the hospital. But doctors and nurses noticed bruises on her body and head. They immediately questioned Roberson's story. Plotkin says because Roberson has autism, he had trouble showing emotion and communicating with the medical staff.
His impairment led to being misjudged. Outdated science has landed him on death row for something that wasn't even a crime.
But Plotkin says the conviction was flat out wrong. Not only has shaken baby syndrome been largely discredited, Nikki was very ill and taking medications prescribed by a doctor.
She was prescribed a medicine, Phenergen, which at the time was acceptable to give to children of her age. But now there's a black box warning about it because we know that it can suppress respiratory system.
And Roberson has more defenders, including the very detective who helped put him on death row over 20 years ago.
If we had to take this same case to court today, there's no way in the world we get a conviction with a set of facts that we worked with.
Wharton has directly apologized to Roberson, who he visits regularly in prison. He believes the father's autism led to a misunderstanding of the child's death. The former detective now strongly regrets his role in the conviction.
Your shaken baby notion is gone, and so you have to go back again to those medical records which don't support anything but a natural death or an accidental death.
It's mind-boggling, unconscionable that Robert Roberson is still on death row and days away from his scheduled execution.
Roberson has a lot of support for clemency. Over 80 Texas legislators have opposed the execution, and a bipartisan group of legislators recently visited with Roberson at the prison in Livingston. Death penalty proponent Republican Kronda Tamesh posted on social media that Roberson's conviction was based on faulty science, adding, "We want to see justice served, and this is not it."
The outpouring of support that he has had is reflective of a recognition that this is an innocent man who is at danger of being executed for a crime that never even occurred.
The Texas Court of Appeals dismissed both a motion to halt the execution and a new application for relief filed by Roberson's attorneys. The court appears unwilling to consider extensive medical and scientific evidence proving the child died for reasons other than abuse. Unless Roberson can win clemency from the State Board of Pardons and Paroles, he will be executed on October 17th.
Case first goes to the Board of Pardon and Parole. If they recommend that clemency is granted, then it's up to the governor, and Governor Abbott can go ahead and grant clemency. We expect that they will give their recommendation on Tuesday.
Meanwhile, Roberson spends his time talking to anyone who will listen, and despite all odds, he holds on to hope.
What keeps me hopeful? My faith in the Lord and stuff, because one day walking up out of here,